Okay, so you guys saw the grill. That's the fun stuff. Now I'm going to show you some of the dirty stuff. Yeah, see, this is where things get real. This is the coveralls, you know, not the nice sweater and all that good stuff. So I took all these springs apart, like I said the other day, and in between here, I've never actually, I've taken a lot of leaf springs apart. I've never seen so much rust in between these leaves. So I chipped most of it off, but I think in order to kind of make it right, I gotta kind of wire wheel the rest of it down. And then there should be spring insulators in there. And I thought I had an old crazy carpet laying around that I was gonna make some out of, but I don't anymore. I think I threw it away like 10 years ago, threw them away 10 years ago. So I'm just not gonna bother because there wasn't any in there to begin with. But what I will do, I'm gonna buff them and then put a bunch of grease in between them, and then that'll be good enough. I wish I was rich and I had tons of money and I could just buy new leaf springs and then just slap them in, because honestly that's the nice way to do things if you can do that. But you see, this is where you're on a budget and it takes a bit of time and you do them. What I really like to do is paint them all and spiffy them all right up, but I'm not going to do that. That's a little overboard. I might what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of grease in between them. I'm going to make my own centering pins. I'll show you guys that when I'm done. And then I'll probably just soak them down with like some Move It or something to keep them kind of looking fairly decent. They would look good, but this thing is starting to look too good. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get that crazy, but I will lube them all up so it'll stop some of the rusting. Not that it'll ever be that bad again. So I'm in for a lot of wire wheeling, and yeah, I might just do this hitch while I'm at it, because it's of course a piece of crap as well. That there will have to be painted. Everything's rusty. I don't even understand it. I can't get one good non-rusty bit. And look at this. Yeah, that's a whole pile of rust. Of course, all this front end part's I'll hold on to, but good God. I asked for this myself too. See, I have happy moments and then sad moments. When sad moments are right now, when I gotta get full of breathe in a bunch of, ooh, that's another thing. I should probably have a mask on. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I'm outside, so it's not too bad. Bit of a breeze. So yeah, we'll catch you guys in a bit when I'm dirtier and dirty and had enough of buffing, wire wheeling. Anyways, oh, and I'll show you something else. This is not this is kind of what I use. She's a little dangerous, so don't do what I do, but that thing does work not too bad for taking stuff off. It's pretty fast. Sandblasting would be better, but I don't have one of those, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so well, so far it wasn't as bad as what I thought. I wire wheeled them, and then I got my grinder, my tools, and I got my grinder and I ground down the pad part where they touch. Same with on the back side of all of them. That's pretty good, and that way they'll sit. They'll have good contact, with each other. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a whole bunch of grease, layer that with grease, and then stick them, and then make a centering pin, but I got to figure out what size that's going to be, and then I will put them together. I can put this side together because that bushing's okay. I got that bolt out. The other one I'm not going to put together because it's going to be too heavy to try and press that bushing in and out of there, so I'll have to leave it. But I will wire wheel it and get it already, seeing as how I got all the stuff out. And I've already decided to do the trailer hitch while I'm out here, and we might as well paint that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit once I get the centering pins made. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's see. I'll show you what we got here. Okay, so I got my grease. I made up my centering pin, and I had to grind that down a bit so it fits in the block. And I got the right size, so we got some grease, and I'll put it all in between them leaves, and then we'll I'll get back to you when I bolt it all together. Okay, so let's have a look here. I think that I got it. So there, I used the big C-clamp, and then I squeezed it together because it is kind of a long ways apart. And then I put my new bolt through there and I tightened it all up, and see the grease squishing outside tells me they're nice and together. And yeah, that is good enough for this blister. And then later on when I bring out the torch, I will bend those back and this side's done. Now the other side, like I said, I won't be able to do anything because I don't have the bushing yet, but I will get it all ready since I have all the stuff out here. I'll wire wheel it and that's it. All right, so we'll talk to you in a bit. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes. So got the boy over here today, and we are putting the box on. There it is. So we put the box on, and we are measuring out the roll pan, where we're going to cut the roll pan with the hitch, how that's going to look. That's what we decided. That's part of the line where we're going to cut it. And then we measured out, I wanted to know where the body lines were, so that's kind of where we're going to cut that. I just needed the one measurement, and then I can transfer it all over. And then some of the measurements for where it's got to be painted gray, those are the two spots right there. And that's it. So we put it on there. Now we're going to flip her upside down back on the table so I can spray paint the bottom of it. And maybe some undercoating. And that is what we're doing today. So I'll catch you guys back after we flip this thing over. All right, I'm back. I cut it. It was like a hot knife through freaking butter. Love fiberglass for that. Might have got a bit itchy, but hey, and it's freaking super warm today, so look it. I know, I'm nuts. People say that, some people, my wife does. Look it, I cut her. She's definitely, oh, it's so funny. So awesome. I wanted to do that right from the very beginning. Now, I'm gonna cut this off here. Cut all these off. That'll be a little tougher because of course that's metal. So, but I'll cut all those off. I'm gonna cut them off right in place too. I'm not even obviously gonna, that might be a bit of a problem. But yeah, I'll be back and I'll show you guys that in a bit. All right, hey man, I'm back. I should have did maybe a time lapse on it. It wasn't that exciting. I just cut off all those pieces that I said I was going to. Let's have a look. What you guys think? Tell me I'm crazy. So I cut all these off. I think here, and then I cut these off here so that they're below here when it's flipped back upside down. You're not going to see any of that. You're not going to see any of it. Still plenty strong enough to hold this bedside. I'll take, and my next thing I'm going to do is take a grinder and smoothen all these off real quick. And yeah, there you go. She's cut down, man. She ain't going back. It is what it is. I'm excited actually a little bit. I like doing this stuff. I think it's the right move. I think it was the right move. I'll take and body work these, flatten these out. They didn't turn out too bad. Here's where I did a 100% straight cut, and that one turned out good, but the rest of them I kind of was like in and out, so it left a few little jagged edges, but I want to smooth those out anyways, round them off a bit. And yeah, there she is. Just a bunch of a little bit more grinding and feathering and some body work, a little bit more body work, and she'll be good. So I'll be back when I'm done with that. Right on. Well, The shizzle's getting real now, boys and girls. It's been a productive day. I should have did a time lapse, but I've been saying that for a while now. You want to see what I've been up to? All right, there it is. I'm cutting up my freaking roll pan. I know some of you guys are gonna just hate that, but I'm doing it. I'm thinking here and here, pretty easy. Here, I'll cut out all this garbage and all this. Yeah, I'll get rid of all. I'll have the good part left. That'll be good. Actually, that'll be my good plan. And then I cut these all down and on angles and everything, and smooth them all out. Yeah, there she is. She's done now. Smoothed all this out here, and yeah, there you go. Of course, it's upside down. So. But my next thing, I guess I'm gonna cut this. Yep. I know. Some of you guys are saying I'm nuts. I am nuts. But it is what it is. I gotta do it because this thing is just a junk pile. So the box, anyways. I mean, and we're gonna try and make it into something a little bit different, a little bit better. But yeah, there you go. I'll cut her down and we'll get back to you. All right, guys. One last video for the day. I'm finished. She's dinner time and cleanup time. Oh God. Well, I dreaded that kind of, but you know what? I think it turned out pretty good. Here, I'll let you have a look. Boom. So that wasn't too bad. I cut all that down. I was gonna wait, but you know what? I thought, let's just do it, and I did, and I think it's gonna look good. So the trailer hitch will go here. I don't know if I'll put that on right away because you're gonna see it pretty exposed there now that I cut that down, but that's okay. Yeah. Anyways, that's where we left off. Everything I sanded her all down. It looks pretty good. I caught a couple little repairs right here. Where's that little crack right there that I could fix up? And then you know what? Something happened over here. After I fixed that, I don't know if you can see right there. There's a little mark there, a little crack in the paint. The primer. I'm sure this thing's not going to be 100% for long, but there you go. So what's next? What's next is I'm going to undercoat or paint the bottom of this box, and then yeah, then we can flip it back over, and then I can keep working on getting it ready for paint. That'll probably be one of the last things I do. I'll work on the suspension and all that and getting the truck running, and you know what, the inside of that, the inside too at some point, but there's a lot of work to go. Doing all this is just a lot of work, but I'm getting closer. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you're watching, hope you enjoyed some of it. I don't know, hopefully it's interesting. I did order something pretty big for it the other day that I think is going to be freaking cool. It's going to make this whole truck. I guess you could probably know what that is. And a big thanks to the wife for you know, not providing too much resistance when I do all this stuff. So because without that, it would be very difficult. Maybe one of these days I'll sell some of it and get some of the money back. You never know. The way gas prices are going, I might have to change to electric. That could be next. Don't tell anybody. Okay, have a great night.